let's talk about this beauty, the Chanel Boy wallet on chain. Now, a lot of people say that wallet on chains are a good kind of like entry-level bag for Chanel. And I totally don't get that because I don't think that, handbags or Chanel, have levels like, I don't think it's like a video game where you have to purchase one bag in order to unlock the ability to purchase another bag. I think as long as you have the money and as long as you are able to get your hands on the item that you want, which that in and of itself is a feat, I can tell you, then you buy whatever bag you want. So I don't think this has to be anyone's like entry-level bag or first time bag with Chanel. If you know that you have your heart set on a jumbo classic flap, that can be your first Chanel bag. No big deal. But with all that said, ironically, this was my first bag, well, I know it's an SLG, but first purchase from the Chanel boutique itself. I did have another, or I do still have another Chanel bag that I bought prior to this, and it was actually a vintage bag, which I love, which I'll show you another time. But this was my first bag that I purchased in the boutique, and I got it from the Chanel boutique within Neiman Marcus here in San Francisco. And I was really fortunate to be able to get this bag, but I was actually looking for a mini classic flap, and mini classic flaps are really hard to come by in San Francisco. I get really jealous whenever I see, other YouTubers or bloggers, showing a rainbow, like 5 different mini classic flaps. Well, I know minis aren't technically classic flaps, but mini flat bags, when they show like 5 or 6 colors that they can look at, in a store, because that's just not the case here in SF. I'm not sure why. I know everyone's got low inventories, low stock levels right now, but in San Francisco, minis are really hard to come by. You have to go on a waiting list. And so I was looking for a mini when I went into the store and there weren't any to be found, but I then started looking at the wallet on chain because I was like, it's almost the same size. It's got a lot of the similar hardware and strap elements, so why not try it? And I almost didn't find anything. This was like one of the last things that I pulled out of the closet when I went, and I fell in love with this bright green color. I wish it had a more descriptive name. Like, I love how Hermes like truly names their colors. I mean, if you look on the tag for Chanel, this just says green. So very boring. But this is from the 20S collection. And of course, it's in the boy style. It's got the silver hardware, and it is in the caviar leather. Because I'm a person, I don't baby my bag, so it's always better for me to go with a more durable leather. So in Chanel, caviar is kind of where I'm probably gonna have to live. Unless one day, I don't know, I wake up and I'm ready for the challenge of taking on a lambskin bag. So I've had this bag for around a little over 6 months now. I got it in November, and truthfully, I wasn't like planning a Chanel purchase. I just remember that, it's still the case. In order to go into the regular Chanel boutique, like the standalone store, you have to make an appointment or go on the wait list, and it takes forever. And so I remember I had gone that day and put my name down on the wait list and was shopping around, the other shops in Union Square. And I went into Neiman Marcus and I walked past the Chanel store and there was no line. So I was like, duh, okay, I'm gonna go in here. Even though the Neiman Marcus does have a smaller selection, they do have some great items. So if you're ever struggling to get into your local Chanel store, just with COVID and making appointments and all that, see if you've either got a local Neiman Marcus or Saks that has Chanel, because then you don't have to wait and it's a lot less competitive, I think, to get in. So I bought this bag and I've been using it a ton. Like, overall verdict of this bag, I love it. It is super functional, it is lightweight, and it's really cute, and it's really good quality. Like, there have been no quality issues with this bag, so I am so happy with it. It fits way more than I originally thought it would, because when I think of wallet on chain, sometimes they're very like thin from the side, small and compact. But as you can see, this one actually expands a fair amount, so you can get a lot in here. So in terms of what fits in the bag, everything that I'm going to show you fits in the bag along with my phone, but I'm using my phone to film right now, so I can't put that in there. But I'll show you everything that I have in here. So I've got, little hand sanitizer, even though honestly, I don't even know if you need to carry them other than in your car because they are everywhere nowadays, right? But it's still always good to have. And a mask, obviously. Also, You can see the makeup in here. I do love these masks from Athleta. If you're looking for a good breathable mask, I know a lot of us are getting to the point where we're vaccinated, but a lot of businesses still do want you to wear masks inside. So I really recommend these masks from Athleta. I'll link them below. I think they come in like packs of 5, but they're great. They're great for working out, going on walks, whatever, and they come in a bunch of like really cute colors. So I do recommend these. So mask, hand sanitizer. I've got a silk hair scrunchie. I don't know if you guys use these, but I basically started using these a lot instead of hair ties, unless like the look really needs like a hair tie, because these prevent damage on your hair. Why am I telling you about the things in my bag? Sorry. Anyways, hair tie. I've got a lip stain. AirPods, can't go anywhere without them. I've got my keys. Now these are not my car keys. My car keys do fit in here too. And a chapstick, because I forever have chapped lips, and also a little comb for my hair. Like even when my hair is curled, I still have to comb my hair a lot. So I got all my essentials. And then in terms of my cards, it does have a great set of card slots in here. So I really think you don't need a card holder because it's got 6 card slots. So I don't know who needs more than 6 card slots in one day, but you can get your driver's license, your ATM card, a couple credit cards, frequent shopper cards, whatever you need, put them all in here. You've got plenty of space. And so as you can see, the bag is really roomy and it's got multiple compartments. So it does have the same little secret love letter zip pocket that classic flat bags have. I don't really use this honestly, because in addition to the main compartment, it does have a little zip pocket if you want to put anything in here. Like if you're traveling, this is good for plane tickets or, little receipts that you pick up along the way. And then it's also got this front pocket. So like if you've got like a little parking ticket or something, you can put it in there. So overall, that is what it all looks like on the inside. And then on the outside, this is what the back looks like. Obviously, this one does not have a back pocket like the classic flaps do, but I think that's okay. That might add some more bulk to the bag, which when you're kind of going for a smaller bag, I don't think you want to have extra bulk. So overall, really like the space that this bag has. And like I said, the quality is, well, I don't know if I said it, but if I didn't say it, the quality is amazing. There's not a single scratch on this leather. It still looks brand new. I mean, it looks amazing. And the chain as well looks just absolutely stunning. Like there are no scratches, no nicks. And I've definitely worn this bag a fair amount. So that is saying something. So all those things are great about the bag. I will say there are some little creases at the bottom, because even though I do keep the bag stuffed when I'm not wearing it, obviously when it's not fully expanded, it does crease up a little bit, but it's not left any like serious marks. It's really just, I think, more like a temporary crease. So that's the only, issue in terms of like wear and tear on the bag from having it for 6 months. So that's really it. But even though I love this bag, and even though like wallet on chains are items that I'm going to continue to buy, I do have 2 little beefs with this bag. So the first one is this little zipper pocket right here. I know it is quintessential to Chanel and it's iconic, but because wallet on chains are so compact, when you close it, it presses against this leather here. So you can see a slight indentation here that I feel like is not ideal, honestly. I mean, I'd rather my bag not have that on there. But granted, I mean, you always wear it closed, so you can't see it. But the other problem is something that just happened right now from the zipper. The zipper, if you don't flip it the other way, it pokes its little tail out. And it's so annoying. Like, just go in, my friend. Just stay inside where you're supposed to be. Like, no one wants to see this little tail hanging out. So I don't love that zipper. And I don't know how many people use this. I'm gonna be totally honest. Like, how many of us nowadays are getting love letters that we are stowing away in our handbags? Not that many. So I just don't feel like they need it, or at least put something to stop that from happening. But the good news is when you do buy a wallet on chain, It obviously comes with this nice little dust bag, and it comes with a good piece of felt that I do use when I store the bag, so it prevents that rubbing from the zipper. So let's see if I can close it up. Probably not because I'm on camera, right? There we go. There it is, little tail just poking its little head out. So that's one of my beefs with this bag. Now, the other one is the length of the chain, but this is really individual to me. I am a shorter person. I am 5'3", sometimes 5'3.5", depending on who you ask. And so I'm a short person in general, but specifically the way my body is proportioned, I have an extremely short torso. To put that in perspective, I have a friend, one of my best friends, she's like, I think she's like 5'8" or 5'9". So she's taller than average. And she and I have the exact same length legs from hips down. She's just got a longer torso and I have zero torso. So that's where you get the difference in our height. But our legs are literally the exact same length. For me, the chain is too long the way it comes on the bag for me to wear it as a shoulder bag. It's fine as a crossbody bag, but I don't always like to go crossbody because I feel like sometimes it just like chops up your outfit. And also, again, for us shorter people, we don't like to have any interruption in our outfits often because it elongates you to have like a long continuous silhouette. Excuse me. That's also why I do a lot of like monochromatic looks. So the chain is too long when I'm wearing flats. It looks fine when I'm wearing heels. And I used to wear heels almost every day to work and like out with friends, out on dates. But since COVID happened, and I bought this during COVID times, no one's wearing heels, right? And San Francisco is more casual in general. So like whenever I was the one person wearing heels, I was also like, I looked a little bit out of place. So in order to remedy this, a lot of people just put the strap in, crisscross it, fold it over, and then they've got like a short little shoulder bag. However, I don't do that because when you open the bag, then the chains like come apart and it just flops over. It's not really functional. So instead, I bought this little, I don't know the word for it. I think it's just called like a chain shortener. It's just a set of loops that you can hook around the chain to kind of bring them together in the middle. Now, I will say, I do think that this solution works better on a classic flat because there are obviously grommets at the top of the bag. And so then you're just shortening from underneath. You're not shortening from all the way inside the bag. But, you know, this is the way the bag is made. So this is what I got. So the chain shortener, and I'll link the one that I used below. I got it from Amazon. It's really cool. All you have to do is just move the middle bar in and out to take it on and off. So you can see, I'll just show you in fact what it looks like when you take it off. This is the true length of the wallet on chain without it being shortened. So I mean, that is a pretty long bag when you are 5'3". I mean, look at this. This is like half my wingspan. So, so it's pretty long, but also I think a lot of you are taller, so the chain length probably is not an issue for majority of you out there, but just beware if you're kind of close in my height range, you know, this is a problem. But again, you can also, like I said earlier, you can just double up the straps, and then you've actually got a really cute shoulder bag. Just like that. So that works too, but like I said, then when you open the bag, it kind of comes apart. So those are my only issues with the bag. Other than that, it's been an incredible bag, and it was really good because I wanted to buy, and still kind of really want to buy, a mini classic flap, but this bag has the exact same issue as the mini classic flap, the super duper long chain. So I need to figure out how I feel about that and if it's still worth getting a mini classic flap. I mean, I still always ask when I go into the store to see if there are any for me, but they're not because I'm not a VIP. Don't spend nearly enough money at Chanel in order to get one, so which is a bummer, but whatever. But I mean, the chain itself is still great, and I like that it's got the little leather piece up top because that always helps when it's on your shoulder. Not that it matters really with this bag, because this bag, you're not going to be able to overload it enough to the point that it's way too heavy for you to wear, so it's never really going to dig into your shoulder. But it's always nice to have this leather piece. So overall, I mean, if I were going to rate this bag, I think I would give it a 9 out of 10. I think the only problem really for me is the strap, because I can fit all my essentials, and you know, as you see more in my collection, you'll see that I like smaller bags. I have a lot of wallets on chain. So this is an incredible one. I love the quality of the leather, and I also really like this color because I wear a lot of neutrals, but I do like to do a pop of color with my bags, and I feel like this looks really good with neutral colors. This like bright Kelly green. So overall, incredible bag. Highly recommend. You should get it. If you have any questions about, you know, how I use this bag or the little, you know, chain shortener that I used, let me know in the comments below and I'll be sure to answer. But I hope all of you get a wallet on chain because it's a great bag to add to your collection. Thanks everyone. My name is Lily and I'll see you next time to talk about all things shopping. Bye.